Welcome to the deep dive. Looks like we're diving deep into the power of the subconscious mind this time.
Mm,
Specifically, the work of Joseph Murphy.
uh,
You've sent us some fascinating notes and excerpts.
it's an interesting area.
It really is. It seems like you've been doing a lot of reading on this subject.
Yes.
What was it that initially caught your eye?
Well,
Was there a particular challenge or goal that you were hoping to kind of tackle
I think a lot of people
using these concepts?
are drawn to this idea that
Yes.
um, we're not just victims of circumstance,
Right.
but, we are active creators of our reality
Yeah.
through our thoughts and beliefs,
Okay.
particularly those held in the subconscious.
That's a powerful idea.
Yeah,
It's
it is powerful.
it also seems a little mystical to me.
What I could see.
You might think that.
I mean, is there any real science behind this?
Well,
Or is it just like the power of positive thinking?
I think while the language can sometimes feel mystical.
The underlying principles actually align with a growing body of research
Yeah.
on the mind-body connection.
Right.
For example, we know stress weakens the immune system,
Mm-hmm.
while positive emotions
Mm-hmm.
can have beneficial effects on physical health.
I see.
Murphy's work takes this further
Okay.
by suggesting we can consciously tap into this connection
Okay.
to influence our experiences.
So how does this subconscious shaping of reality actually work?
So Murphy describes this duality of mind.
Okay.
He compares the conscious mind
Yeah.
to a captain giving orders
Okay.
and the subconscious mind
Yeah.
to the powerful ship that carries them out.
Right.
And the subconscious doesn't actually question the validity of those orders.
Hmm.
It simply acts on them.
Oh. So if the captain gives unclear or even harmful orders, the ship is still going to follow them, potentially leading to disaster.
A great analogy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Murphy illustrates
Yeah.
with the story of the opera singer Caruso
Oh.
battling stage fright.
I read about that.
Yeah.
Didn't he use like a mental technique
He
to
did.
overcome that fear?
He realized his conscious mind
Okay.
was sending these panicked signals
Uh-huh.
to his subconscious,
Yeah.
creating physical symptoms of fear.
Oh, wow.
So he consciously soothed his subconscious fears
Right.
by repeating affirmations like,
Mhm.
everything is fine.
Okay.
My voice is strong.
Right.
By calming the ship, so to speak,
Yeah.
he was able to perform flawlessly.
So it's about more than just thinking positive thoughts.
It
It's about like consciously interacting with and directing this
Yeah.
powerful subconscious part of our minds.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Murphy takes this even further
Okay.
with this concept of
Yeah.
the subconscious as a book of life.
Wait, what does that even mean?
Okay?
Is he saying that our life story is already written somewhere in our subconscious?
It's not about predestination,
Okay.
but it is about the power of impressions. Murphy argues that everything we experience from our thoughts
Uh-huh.
and beliefs to vivid imagery
Yeah.
makes an imprint on the subconscious.
Okay.
And those imprints ultimately shape our reality.
It's like those subconscious imprints
Yeah.
become a blueprint for our lives,
Uh-huh.
attracting experiences that kind of match those patterns.
That's one way to think about it.
Wow.
He supports this concept with some compelling examples,
Oh, really?
like the surgeon Dr. James Esdile.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't he the one performing surgeries without anesthesia?
That's right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Long before modern anesthetics,
Yeah.
Esdile prepared his patients mentally,
Okay.
assuring them they would feel no pain.
Wow.
And amazingly, their subconscious minds,
Yeah.
accepting these suggestions as truth,
Uh-huh.
often made it so.
That's wild.
It's pretty remarkable.
I mean, is that just the placebo effect at work?
It's
Or is there something more going on?
fascinating question.
Yeah.
And Murphy doesn't delve deeply into the specific mechanisms at play.
Okay.
It could be the placebo effect,
Uh-huh.
hypnotic suggestion,
Yeah.
or even the release of endorphins
Right.
triggered by belief.
Okay.
But regardless of the exact pathway,
Yeah.
it highlights the mind's potential influence over
Yeah.
the body.
So if our subconscious is so open to suggestion,
Well, that's a
shouldn't we be careful about what we expose it to?
crucial point.
You know?
And it leads us to the darker side of this power.
Yeah.
If the subconscious accepts suggestions without question,
Right.
negative ones
Yeah.
can be just as impactful as positive ones.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
I remember reading about that unsettling story of the man
Oh, yeah.
who lost his arm because of a fortune teller's negative suggestion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That anecdote highlights the potential consequences
Oh.
of unguarded thoughts
Yeah.
and beliefs.
So what do we do?
So this is why Murphy dedicates a significant portion
Okay.
of his work to techniques
Okay.
for consciously directing the subconscious
Oh.
towards desired outcomes.
Here's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about understanding the subconscious. We're
Right.
talking about actually like taking control and harnessing its power.
Exactly.
But how do we do that?
Well, Murphy offers a range of practical techniques,
Okay.
and that's what we'll explore next.
Great.
But before we jump into those,
Yeah.
what stands out to you so far?
Well,
What's resonating most with the challenges or goals
yeah.
you mentioned earlier?
I think for me, it's almost a little unsettling
Uh-huh.
how much power our subconscious really holds.
I know.
You know, it makes you wonder
It really does.
how many limiting beliefs we're carrying around
Yeah.
without even realizing it.
It's true.
Yeah.
We often operate on autopilot,
Right.
unaware of the subconscious programs
Yeah.
running in the background.
Yeah. Like, what are those? How do we know?
But the good news is
Okay.
that we can become aware of these patterns and rewrite the script.
All right. So how do we do that?
Right.
How do we actually start changing those subconscious beliefs and harnessing this power for good?
Well,
So how do we actually start changing those subconscious beliefs and harnessing this power for good?
Murphy offers a variety of techniques,
Okay.
but one that he repeatedly emphasizes
Uh-huh.
is the power of affirmations.
Affirmation. So we're talking about like positive self-talk.
Yeah.
I've tried that before.
Uh-huh.
It always felt kind of cheesy to me.
I understand.
Like I was trying to convince myself of something I
Yeah.
didn't really believe.
It's understandable to feel that way,
Yeah.
especially if the affirmations aren't chosen carefully.
Okay.
Murphy stresses that it's not just about repeating feel-good phrases.
Right.
It's about choosing affirmations
Yeah.
that resonate with you
Okay.
on a deep emotional level.
So it's about finding statements that feel true to you,
Exactly.
even if you're not quite there yet.
It's about aligning your conscious intention
Yeah.
with your subconscious beliefs.
Okay.
And he suggests repeating those chosen affirmations regularly,
Mm-hmm.
ideally out loud with conviction and feeling.
Out loud, really.
This helps to impress them upon the subconscious mind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But is there any science behind this?
Oh, what?
Or is it just wishful thinking?
While more research is needed,
Okay.
some studies suggest that repeating affirmations
Mm-hmm.
can activate areas of the brain
Okay.
associated with self-processing and reward,
Uh-huh.
potentially reinforcing positive self-beliefs.
Oh, so there could be a real neurological basis for this.
Seems that way.
It's not just about tricking yourself into feeling good.
Right.
It's about potentially rewiring your brain for success.
That's a great way to put it.
That's pretty cool.
And Murphy suggests using affirmations
Yeah.
not just during the day,
Mhm.
but also before sleep,
Oh, really?
as this is when the subconscious is particularly receptive.
Is that because, like, our defenses are down when we're asleep?
It could be.
Making us more open to suggestion.
But it's also about priming the subconscious
Okay.
for specific outcomes.
Right.
Remember, the subconscious is always working,
Mm-hmm.
even while we sleep.
Yeah, it's true.
By feeding it positive affirmations before bed,
Okay.
we can influence the direction of our dreams
Mm.
and even our waking experiences.
So while we're sleeping, our subconscious is busy integrating those positive suggestions.
It's
like a mental overnight software update.
Exactly.
I like that.
Affirmations are one powerful tool,
Okay.
but Murphy doesn't stop there.
So what else is there?
He also talks about the importance of visualization.
Right, creating those vivid mental pictures
Yeah.
of our desired outcomes.
It's not about passive daydreaming,
Okay.
but about conscious and deliberate visualization.
Okay, so how is that different?
The key, according to Murphy,
Yeah.
is to create those mental pictures with as much detail
Mm-hmm.
and emotional intensity as possible.
Okay.
Engage all your senses, sight, sound, touch,
Wow.
even smell and taste.
So it's about creating an immersive mental experience,
Yeah.
almost like a virtual reality simulation.
That's our desired outcome.
Great analogy.
I like that.
By making those visualizations feel as real as possible,
Yeah.
we're signaling to our subconscious
Mm-hmm.
that this is something we truly desire
Right.
and believe is attainable.
And the subconscious, believing it to be true,
Exactly.
starts working to align our reality with that vision.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Murphy even suggests creating a vision board.
Okay.
with images and words that represent our goals.
Vision boards.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
As a visual reminder to keep those impressions on
Yeah.
our subconscious.
I always thought they were a bit too new age for me.
They might seem that way,
Yeah.
but there's a practical element to them.
Okay.
They act as a visual anchor
Okay.
for those positive beliefs and aspirations,
Okay.
keeping them front and center in our awareness.
It's like constantly reminding our subconscious
Precisely.
what the direction we want to head in.
And this ties into the life word tendency that Murphy talks about.
The life word tendency, that's a term I've been curious about. It sounds a bit mystical.
Okay.
What exactly is this life word tendency?
It's Murphy's way of describing
Okay.
the subconscious mind's inherent drive towards health, well-being, and growth.
Okay.
He suggests that our bodies are naturally wired for healing and flourishing.
Okay.
But sometimes our conscious thoughts and beliefs get in the way.
So we're actually working against our own best interests when we focus on negative thoughts and fears.
What Murphy suggests,
Wow.
he argues that illness is often a result of going against this natural life-word flow with negative thoughts and beliefs.
That's a pretty radical idea.
Yeah.
So how do we tap into this life word tendency?
Oh.
Is it something we can consciously control?
Murphy believes we can consciously align with this tendency.
By cultivating a mindset of positivity, gratitude, and belief in our innate capacity for well-being.
So it's about creating an internal environment
Exactly.
that supports growth and healing
Yes.
rather than one that sabotages it.
And he suggests using techniques like affirmations and visualization to align our subconscious mind with this inherent drive towards health and well-being.
So we've talked about affirmations, visualization, and this life word tendency.
Yeah.
Wasn't there another technique Murphy mentioned?
Yes.
Something about passing over our problems or desires?
The passing over technique is one of the more intriguing methods he discusses.
What is that?
It involves consciously handing over our problems or desires to the subconscious mind before sleep, trusting in its wisdom and power to work on them.
So it's like giving our subconscious an assignment to work on overnight.
Good way to think about it.
Murphy shares an example of a man
who
who used this technique to find his father's missing will.
Oh, wow.
He simply relaxed before sleep, mentally passed over the problem to his subconscious.
Yeah.
And the next morning, he was intuitively guided to the will's exact location.
That's incredible.
It is.
But how do we know what kinds of problems are best suited for this passing over technique?
Excellent question.
Can we use it for anything?
And unfortunately, Murphy doesn't provide specific guidelines on which issues are most responsive to this approach. He does emphasize the importance of approaching the passing over with a sense of trust and surrender, allowing the subconscious to guide the process.
So it's not about micromanaging the subconscious, but about trusting its ability to work on the problem in its own way.
And this trust often develops with practice. The more we use this technique and witness its effectiveness, the more confident we become in our subconscious mind's ability to provide solutions.
So it's about building a relationship with our subconscious, learning to communicate with it, and rely on its guidance.
You put it. And as we develop this relationship, we tap into a powerful source of creativity, intuition, and problem-solving ability.
This is all fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, part of me still wonders if this is all a bit too good to be true.
I can see why you might think that.
Is there any scientific evidence to support these claims?
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
While some might view these techniques as pseudoscience, there's a growing body of research that supports the idea of the mind-body connection. And the power of the subconscious. We know stress impacts our physical health. Exactly.
And practices like meditation have been shown to have tangible benefits. So,
and while more research is needed specifically on Murphy's techniques, the underlying principles align with what we're learning about the brain's plasticity and its ability to rewire itself based on our thoughts and experiences.
So even if we don't fully understand the mechanisms involved, there's enough evidence to suggest that these techniques could have a real impact.
That's my take on it. It's about approaching these concepts with an open mind and a willingness to experiment.
I think that's good advice for a lot of things in life.
What works for one person
Yeah.
might not work for another.
Right.
So it's about finding the techniques that resonate with you and incorporating them into your life.
This has been incredibly enlightening.
It has.
We've covered so much ground, from the duality of mind to the power of affirmations, visualization, the life word tendency, and the passing over technique.
That's a lot.
It seems like we've only scratched the surface of what's possible.
Yeah, there's a lot more to explore.
But before we get too carried away, I think it's time to give our listener a moment to process all this information.
A wise decision.
So we'll pick this up in part 3.
We'll continue our deep dive in part 3.
It's good.
Exploring how these principles can be applied to specific areas of life, like relationships, career success, and even physical healing.
Really interesting. Can't wait. Welcome back to the deep dive. It's amazing how much ground we've covered already.
It is.
But I'm particularly curious to see how these principles about the subconscious play out in real-life situations.
Real life,
For example, can this stuff actually help people improve their relationships, find success in their careers?
Start with relationships.
Okay.
Murphy suggests that our subconscious beliefs about ourselves and others heavily influence our experiences in relationships.
So if I'm carrying around subconscious baggage, like, say, a fear of rejection, that's going to show up in how I interact with other people.
Precisely.
It's like self-sabotage without even realizing it.
Murphy uses this analogy of the subconscious mind, acting as a magnet, attracting people and experiences that align with our dominant beliefs.
So if we're broadcasting insecurity, we're likely to attract people who reinforce that dynamic.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a sobering thought.
It is.
So to have healthier relationships, we need to start by addressing those deep-seated beliefs about ourselves.
That's right.
Okay.
Murphy emphasizes the importance of self-love, forgiveness, and acceptance.
So the idea is that by cultivating these qualities within, we radiate a different energy that attracts healthier relationships. So it's not just about finding the right person. It's about becoming the right person.
That's a great way to put it.
That's deep.
And Murphy suggests using affirmations and visualizations to shift those subconscious patterns.
So, like,
imagine yourself interacting with loved ones in a loving, supportive way. Feeling the joy and connection as if it's already your reality.
So instead of focusing on what's missing, we're creating a mental blueprint for the kind of relationship we want to experience.
Exactly. And remember, the subconscious doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. By consistently visualizing those positive interactions, we're signaling to our subconscious that this is the kind of relationship we expect and deserve.
It's like we're training our subconscious to seek out those experiences that match our internal vision.
Idea.
That's pretty cool.
And these principles apply not just to romantic relationships, but to all our interactions with family, friends, colleagues, even strangers.
So let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
What about career success?
Okay.
Can this stuff really help people land their dream job?
Absolutely.
Or build a thriving business?
Murphy argues that success, regardless of the field, is largely determined by our subconscious beliefs about our abilities and potential.
So if we deeply believe we're capable of achieving great things,
he says that,
our subconscious will work tirelessly to bring those outcomes to fruition.
Exactly.
So it's not just about working hard and having the right skills. It's about having that inner conviction.
A key piece of it.
That we can succeed.
He encourages us to identify our passions. Set clear goals. And then use affirmations, visualizations, and other techniques to imprint those desires on the subconscious.
So for example,
if you dream of starting your own company, visualize yourself running a thriving business. Feeling the satisfaction and abundance that comes with it.
So instead of dwelling on fears and doubts, we're filling our minds with images and feelings of success.
By consistently feeding our subconscious with positive expectations, we create a powerful internal momentum that can propel us towards our goals.
Okay, so we're starting to see how this applies to relationships and careers. What about physical healing? Can these techniques actually influence our health and well-being?
This is where things get really interesting. Murphy dedicates a significant portion of his work to the power of the subconscious mind for healing.
So we're not just talking about positive thinking helping us cope with illness.
Exactly.
We're talking about it actively contributing to the healing process.
He cites numerous examples of individuals who experienced remarkable recoveries from various ailments.
Like what?
Simply by shifting their thoughts and beliefs.
Oh, like that case of the young boy
That's it.
who healed from Pott's disease.
Powerful illustration.
Yeah.
Though it's important to remember that not all cases are so dramatic.
Right.
Murphy's point is that our subconscious beliefs about health and healing have a profound impact on our bodies.
So if I'm constantly bombarded with messages of fear and illness, my subconscious might start accepting those as my reality, potentially making me more susceptible to illness.
On the other hand, if we focus on thoughts of health, vitality, and well-being, and truly believe in our body's ability to heal, our subconscious mind can mobilize powerful forces for recovery.
So even when facing serious illness,
Absolutely.
it's important to hold on to hope and belief
Yes.
in the possibility of healing.
Murphy suggests using affirmations, visualizations, and even prayer
Wow.
to align our subconscious with the desired outcome.
That's powerful.
He even recommends speaking to our organs and cells directly,
Speaking to our organs and cells.
imbuing them with positive energy
Wow.
and instructions for healing.
That sounds a bit out there,
It might.
but I can see how it might be a way
Yeah.
to engage the subconscious more directly.
The point is to use whatever techniques resonate with you, to shift your internal environment towards one that supports healing. Remember, the subconscious doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined.
Right.
So by vividly picturing ourselves as healthy and whole, we're sending a powerful message to our bodies to follow suit.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has been.
We've gone from understanding the duality of mind to exploring practical techniques for harnessing its power, for positive change in relationships, careers, and even physical healing.
It's been fascinating to explore this with you.
Likewise.
And remember, you're constantly interacting with your subconscious mind, shaping your reality.
That's right.
With every thought and belief.
It's a powerful thought.
What will you choose to create?
That's a great question for all of us to consider.
It is.
I think that's a great place to wrap up this deep dive
Sound good?
into the power of the subconscious mind.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, happy exploring.